What's up everyone? Welcome back to Lowstalgia, the channel where I dive into all things nostalgic to me and to you as well. This is a epic haul. I cannot believe all the cool stuff that I found. So let's jump right into it. So this past weekend I did a lot of shopping. I went to this crazy estate sale on Friday first. I got there at 1 o'clock. The estate sale started at 10. When I got there was still a line out the door. I waited in line for an hour. It was freezing. It was snowing. Well, it wasn't snowing actively, but snow was blowing off of like buildings and trees onto us. It was awful. But I knew they had a lot of video game stuff, and they had this huge wall in their advertisements of computer games, books, just like everything. So even though I was 2 hours and they had so many people in there, if you get there early enough, people will give you a number to like get in line so you can like wait in your car and not have to stand there for hours. They were handing out numbers at 10 p.m. the night before. So this sale was huge. By the time I got in there, it was pretty picked over, but I did pick up some good things. I paid $50 for everything, which ended up being quite a steal. I got 18 items total, so I just did the math. I paid like $2.80 or something per item. So to start off, I did get some video games. Now I got one PS3 game. It was Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock. I've actually been playing this game on Wii a lot because I also picked up a copy of Guitar Hero 2, and I did pick up a copy of Guitar Hero 2 at a thrift store by my house, and that was just like one of the only things I bought there. So I did pick up 2 of those. I have 2 copies of that right now. I haven't played Guitar Hero 2, so I might play that. Also, I don't know why I keep buying Dance Dance Revolution. I thought it was the same DDR that is the gamepad that I have in the box. It is not. I did also snag the only GameCube games they had left, specifically the Mary-Kate and Ashley Sweet 16 License to Drive. Like, this game, for some reason, it just sells consistently on eBay. It's only like goes between $6 to $8, but like one sells every day. I think I'm gonna play it. I want to see what it's like first. And then I did also get the PlayStation 2 GTA Vice City. It's like a 2-disc set. I really like this game, so I'll probably play this. I don't know what the special edition is though. The actual very first thing that I grabbed though was this Care Bear. I think this is from the early 2000s, not from the 80s, but it's still in its little box container thing. I did grab 2 computer games. One was Sonic 3D Blast. I had no idea they made Sonic games for computers. Like, literally didn't have a clue. I grabbed this because my husband he's kind of into Hot Wheels now. This game was sealed and it has a special edition Hot Wheels in it, so I thought that was cool. I did pick up 2 books. One was just a cheats book for PS2, GameCube, Game Boy Advance, and Xbox, and it's just got like all the cheat codes. So before the internet, this wasn't before the internet, but it wasn't as easy to find things back then. We had books to help us with all these cheat codes. And I did get this graphic novel, which I thought looked really interesting. I forgot I did also pick up Tetris Plus. It was the only Game Boy game there was, and I like Tetris, and I got my Game Boy up and running, so I'll probably play this, probably keep this for myself. They had a ton of controllers. You guys, I actually left plug and plays behind. There were so many plug and plays. It was insane. Like, this sale was just crazy huge. Also, like, every room had at least like 2 R2-D2 somethings, like little toys. There was actually a giant R2-D2 toy box, and there was a R2-D2 robot that it was like $50. I was not gonna buy that. I did not want that. But yeah, it was everywhere. R2 was everywhere. There was also this huge table that was just full of controllers, and I think they were all like third party. There was one PlayStation controller, but I didn't know if it went to PS3 or PS4, and I just like didn't buy it. But I did pick up one controller because I instantly recognized this as a Mad Catz Dreamcast controller, and it also has what I think is a memory card in it. So it was the only one I picked up, but like I said, I did leave plug and plays behind. I left our 2 plug and plays behind. There was 2 different. One of the coolest things I picked up was a Super Nintendo Super Advantage. Holy crap. They had $20 on it, $20 on this, and I ended up only paying like really $2.80. I don't have a Super NES, which makes me kind of bummed out because I do have this for my regular Nintendo that I'm like working on cleaning and fixing and everything. That is really, it was amazing, and I almost didn't pick it up. Like, I literally walked by this, looked at it for a minute, was in the same room looking around, and I turned around, I was like, no, I can't leave that, and I put it in my bag immediately. And this is not game related. What I'm about to share is technically not safe for work, but they did have have a drawer of Playboy magazines. Now, some Playboy magazines can go for, I mean, if they're autographed, it's like kind of different, you know, like that could be like huge, but like certain covers can go for quite a bit, like a couple hundred, maybe even 1,000, but a lot of them really don't go for a lot. However, I do know like certain celebrities, like certain, like specifically like Playboy celebrities and early covers. So I dug through the drawer of Playboys and I found the October 1989 cover, which is Pamela Anderson. It's like they're back to school, which October is like late going back to school. But this cover was taken before she was famous, before she did Baywatch, before she did Home Improvement, before she did anything, when she just had done Playboy. This is in really good condition too. Right now I don't have like a magazine sleeve for it. I only have this Ziploc. I do also have a box of Playboys that like I inherited from somebody, a friend of a friend. Keep meaning to go through that and see if any of those are worth anything, but I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, all of that, I got all of that for $50. I paid $2.80 for everything when you average all of it out, roughly ish. So that was just from one sale. It was excruciating to wait outside, but I felt like it paid off pretty well. I got some cool stuff, some really cool stuff. The weekend rolled around. We actually went out to visit my parents. There's a lot of thrift stores out in that area that I do like that have good game stuff. We did also go to a game store while we were out there, but we'll get into that part of this whole story last. So the first store we went to like 2 Salvation Armies and a Goodwill, which usually Goodwill doesn't pay off, but today it kind of did, or that day it kind of did. We went to Salvation Army first though, and they had a couple of game consoles. Normally I do look at the game consoles whenever I see them, but like when it comes to an Xbox 360, I don't think about them. Like actually at the estate sale, they had like 3 Xboxes and they had 15 on both of them, which maybe I should have bought one, but like really, I got enough projects. And any Xbox I ever find in the wild, whenever I plug it in, it gives me the red ring of death. So I just have given up, and I never really played Xbox. It's not really my thing. I've always been a PlayStation, Sony person when it comes to like those generation consoles or like earlier generations. I just never really like Xbox. And also the power cords are astronomically humongous. Like what is this? Also the fact that the hard drives are not like in the Xbox, it's like this attachment that you have to put on, is absolutely ridiculous to me. So anyway, I normally don't really entertain them, but the Salvation Army had an Xbox 360 that had a Gears of War like skin on it, or like cover. It's like a special edition. They only had 50 on it, so we're like, okay, well if it works, maybe we should buy it. And we plugged it in and it did not give the red ring of death there, so I have hope. Oh, I also forgot we got this at the estate sale. And in terms of like hardware, I picked up 2 things. I picked up an Xbox 360 wireless network adapter, and then I also got a PS2 multi-tap. Somewhere along the line over the weekend, I did pick up the Wii game Planes. I don't remember where we bought that, but we did. This was such a cool find. We found this at one of our local thrift stores. Was a Yak Bak in the case, in the blister pack. This one's demo does not work anymore, but I think I had this like exact color one. It's so cool. The blister pack is a little beat up, but that's okay. Then we went to another Salvation Army and we bought some like glassware and stuff. They were just like not stuff that I included in this. But when we walked up to the glass case, they had just put out 2 Nintendo N64 controllers. Now, they need a cleaning for sure, but their joysticks work pretty well. They were $8.99 each. It's not an amazing price for them, but we couldn't leave these behind. We could not leave these behind, and they had just put them out that day. And so normally we don't really have like the best of luck at Goodwills, but we went to a Goodwill and actually found 2 Rock Band guitars that were for PS2. One is the Red Octane, which we've sold quite a few of them. This one seems to be probably the most beat up I've ever seen. I mean, it's not in like bad condition, but like the little bar thing that sticks out is kind of wonky, so I don't know about that. The other one is covered in so many stickers of a cute little penguin from, I think it's from Happy Feet, that I'm gonna feel bummed that I have to remove, but I will get those little penguins off. And I also am on my way to completing my Babysitters Club and Babysitters Club Little Sister collection. Soon I'm actually gonna move all of those books onto some of the shelves behind me, and I'll probably make like a little video about that, just because I'm nerdy about my books and I want to share with you all the books that I have and the books that I'm gonna be getting away. So we'll be doing like a book book decluttering videos soon. But I got a ton of Babysitter's Club Little Sisters. I think these are from a library because they're like those hardcovers that look just like the paperback. And I still got charged a hardcover price though. But I got so many copies. I actually have not compiled a list yet to know if I got duplicates yet. We did go to a store called Media Reload. Now, there's a game that I have been searching for a while. I bought this game when the PlayStation 2 first came out. It was one of the first games to come out on PlayStation 2. And it's a rather silly game. Like, it's not a game that is like super sought after or very high value or anything. However, I think because you don't see it a lot out in the wild, like the price has increased a little bit. And that is a game called Star Wars Super Bombad Racing. It is a Star Wars like kart game where they have like big heads and you're like driving around these karts. You can do like racing, all that sort of stuff. And I just can never find it. I can never find it in the wild. So we go to Media Reload and like I always do, I check the PlayStation 2 area first. With every game store I go there. And lo and behold, they have it. There's Super Bombad Racing. I'm freaking out. I grabbed that game so fast. It was only $11.95. That game used to go for $9 on average. So like I said, the price is increasing a little bit just I think because like you don't see it around very often. I did also pick up for PS2 Crush Hour. It's a WWE game that's also like a racing derby game. I was into it. My husband picked it up and thought it looked funny, so I like we'll have a good time. And then I picked up Kirby's Epic Yarn for Wii because I love Kirby. I like Wii games. I've never played any of the Yarn games, so I wanted to try it out. And I was super excited to get this Super Bombad Racing. So we're at the register, and the worker has to go back and get the game. So they're looking for the games. They seem to be having problem finding one of the games, or looking like everywhere through the drawer, and then they go back and look through another drawer and a different drawer, and then like going back in other places, and it's like 20 minutes ish. And then the worker comes up back and they say, I'm sorry, we couldn't find the Super Bombad Racing. And I just started laughing. I couldn't help it. It was just so funny and ironic to me that like I've been searching for this game for like over a year. I finally find it, and the copy like didn't look great. I actually cleaned it up a little bit, and they still couldn't find it. They still could not find it. So I just started laughing and I said, it's okay. They asked if I wanted to leave my name and number, and I was like, sure, I'll leave my name and my phone number in case you find it. I bought the WWE game and the Kirby game, and we left and we went down to another thrift store not too far away. While we were there, this is the store where I got the Babysitter's Club Little Sister books. While we were there, I got a call from this game store, and they said, we found the Super Bombad Racing. If you wanted to come back, we'll leave it here at the desk. And I was like, well, I'm pretty close by, so I can be there in a little bit. So maybe like 20 minutes we get back there, and I buy the game. I'm super excited. I'm super pumped. And then when I got home, I turned my PS2 on, I put the game in, and nothing. The PS2 does not read the disc. My PS2 works. I put it in a different game. What game did I put it in? I put in like a Scooby-Doo game, I think, because I've actually been playing Scooby-Doo. Oh my god, I can't remember the name of the game. It's like 1,000 Frights or something, in House of 1,000 Frights. I don't know, I'll put it up here. And it worked. That game works, obviously. And then I also put in the WWE game, and it didn't work either. So I was like, oh my god. I mean, I just think it's so funny that everything is against me, and even when I finally get Super Bombad Racing, I still don't have it. I still can't play it. Kirby did work, and I did play it for several hours the other night, though. Kirby's Epic Yarn is fun. I love Wii. Wii is actually one of my favorite, like, systems within the past 10 years. So pretty much any Wii game is just fun to me. So I think that's everything I got in this haul. Like, I got a lot of stuff. The Super Bombad Racing is just so funny to me. One day I'll get that game. One day I'll get it. I'll be able to return the 2 games that didn't work. Like, I still have my receipts and everything. I just gotta go back out to that area and go to that game store. Anyway, that is everything I got. I hope you guys liked this haul. It was nice to come back and just film a haul video. I feel like these are just like fun ways to share what I get, and if I can get footage of me buying these things, I like to include that too. Anyway, I will see you guys in my next video. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!